Hello, people of YouTube. I just want to thank everyone who came by to the live event over at Tech Drone Media today. And I really want to thank Henrik for having me as a guest. I always enjoy doing these with him, and we had such a nice response from the audience today that we're going to look into possibly doing something like this on a more regular basis. Overall, I think we had a pretty good response, and I hope that you guys enjoyed yourselves, those who came before, during, and those who actually stayed around after and chatted with us in the chat room. That was a lot of fun for us. This video will be me cutting down some of the best from the live feed and sharing that with you guys who might have missed it actually in real time. So this will be a condensed version of that. I'm going to be putting some links in the description below where you can get your Mavic Pro 2 or Mavic 2 Pro or Mavic Zoom. I will have the link that Henrik was talking about in the show, as well as the link to DroneWorks in the description below. I'm also going to have a link to the drone merch that I'm selling myself, the skulls, t-shirt, drone mixtures that I created and drew for you guys. Please feel free to support the channel and pick some of those up. I know I didn't get to go to the DJI event this year. I still had a great time with you guys and Henrik doing this live feed. Maybe next year I'll be able to go and vlog the entire event. We'll see. Thanks again for stopping by, and let's go ahead and roll that intro. No, we'll just roll that video.
Hello everybody and welcome to the live stream. So I will start by saying I'm Henrik Olsen from Tech Drone Media. I do tips, tests and tutorials to help you get the best out of your DJI camera drone.
Sure, hello everybody, my name is Sean Oz. I also run a YouTube channel, mostly drone related, but it's sort of a following my life and my adventures traveling from Texas to Colorado, where I now live in the beautiful Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, the problem with these live streams is that we are live streaming a live stream, so it's pretty hard to test it until the live stream is actually there. Maybe we should try and show the pictures that you just shared with me, where we got a glimpse of the top side of the drone before the event starts. Let me just pull that one up. So this one.
Casper says that you need to come and get a tattoo by me.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no tattoos at all. Everybody that I know have tattoos, but I don't. So what we see in this picture is pretty interesting, Sean. Maybe you could comment a little bit on these. These were posted at Drone United this morning.
Yeah, this was Ron over at Drones United posted these. If you guys aren't familiar with Drones United, it is a Facebook group that does not allow drone police, which is sort of nice. From what we can see here, there's an infrared sensor, it looks like, on the top, right behind the battery. That is something we have not seen leaked until right now.
It more or less looks like it's the Zoom model, as far as I can see.
Yeah, actually now looking at the side of that gimbal, yeah, it does look like the Zoom model. You know what might be fun? Why don't we have everyone guess, including ourselves, what we think the regular price will be for the better one? My guess is somewhere between $1,300 and $1,500. What does everyone in the chat think it's going to cost for the Mavic Pro 2? And then when the event, they'll probably tell us during the event. We can see who was the closest.
It's $1,299 and $1,499. That's a pretty good bet.
Peter, I agree. I wish they would have let me go too. It was a real bummer because Henrik actually got an invite to the event, but being from Denmark, he wasn't able to drop everything and go. And he actually contacted them asking if I could take his place, and they still said that it was full. Now, I can tell you one thing. If you guys do YouTube yourself, these companies like DJI, when they sponsor someone, they really look at subscriber count. And my subscriber count is still under 7,000. However, they don't look at views, and views are such an important part of YouTube. I think Henrik would agree with me on that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the views that without the views you won't get the subs. So that's that's connected. Yeah, at least I got invited to the New York event this time. I think it will require me to grow a little bit bigger before I actually get in on this pre-production program, which would be very nice, because what I would expect when this chat is done or this presentation is done is that you will start to see the first hands-on reviews.
Good morning, and welcome to everyone in the room and to the thousands of viewers that are joining us from around the world online today. I'm Michael Oldenburg, Product Communication Lead here at DJI, and today we're going to talk about some incredible new products. In fact, some of you may have already seen a few images of these products. You might even know some of the features and the specs, but I can tell you that they don't compare to what you're about to see today. Since our beginning 12 years ago, our mission has been to create aerial and handheld imaging technology that allows anyone to capture amazing images that were never possible before. And we make this groundbreaking technology accessible to anyone because it can do more than just take photos and videos, like this one of K2, the second highest mountain summit in the world. It was shot last month by mountaineer and drone pilot Bartek Bargil with the DJI Mavic Pro. This image is absolutely incredible because it's shot at an altitude of 26,700 feet, where most humans have never been before. And it's well over the 16,000-foot altitude that Mavic Pro was designed to fly. Mavic Pro proved that, like the camera on your cell phone, the best flying camera is simply the one you can take everywhere.
Sorry, everyone in the chat that we're being so quiet. We're watching the thing just like you guys are.
This is the DJI Mavic 2 series. They come with your choice of 2 camera options, and they're the most technologically advanced consumer drones we've ever made. And they're optimized in every way to help you create stunning aerial photos and videos. We formed a very close partnership with one of the world's most respected camera manufacturers. We call this new drone Mavic 2 Pro. Mavic 2 Pro is the world's first drone with an integrated Hasselblad camera. You won't find another drone of this size that shoots higher quality images. It has a 1-inch CMOS sensor that delivers detailed 20-megapixel photos with an adjustable aperture right from the track wheel on the remote from f2.8 to 11. And because it's a Hasselblad, you have access to their advanced color science. That means that you have access to the Hasselblad natural color solution for improved color and tonality in your photos. To solve the second challenge of moving beyond these establishing shots, we created a camera that allowed you to get close to the action, because you need to be able to fly low, to fly close, and at the same time, not disturb the subject. This is a challenge for any drone. And like a professional photographer who pulls out a long focus lens when they can't get close enough to the subject, now, so does your DJI drone. We call this new drone Mavic 2 Zoom. It's the world's first foldable consumer drone with optical zoom. With an equivalent 24 to 48 millimeter optical zoom, plus 2 times digital zoom, it gives you an effective 96 millimeter telephoto lens for 4K lossless zoom at full HD video resolution. The result is that we have an entirely new tool for storytelling, one that allows you to create things that capture a subject from a safe distance. With zoom, you can not only emphasize the subject, but also compose a classic image, one with a clear subject in front of a vast background like this one, with compression. This means the difference between a flat-looking aerial shot you've seen 1,000 times and being able to create using the cinematic language of Hollywood productions. Now for photographers, Mavic 2 Zoom lets you capture stunning landscapes, like this photo with a new feature we call super resolution. Super resolution automatically captures a gigantic 48 megapixel image of what you see in your 24mm field of view. Using optical zoom, it shoots and stitches 9 photos together for an incredibly detailed image. Across the Mavic 2 series, we've boosted their abilities to capture video as well. Each has a maximum bitrate of 100 megabits per second and can shoot using the new H.265 codec. Back in 2012, when flying a camera was a new technique, the unique perspective a drone provided worked like a magic wand. Aerial images would automatically get a wow from anyone who saw them. 6 years later, with millions of camera drones out there and hours of aerial content created every day, it's much more difficult to impress. What could we do? What more could we offer? And we decided on the 4th dimension of time with a new feature called Hyperlapse. Hyperlapse is a technique that for a long time only professionals could master. It requires movement of the camera with expensive equipment such as tracks and pods, and frequently you're creating a shot that moves just a few feet. But with the help of a new algorithm and a more powerful onboard processor, Mavic 2 can capture aerial hyperlapses with a track length of not feet but kilometers. And it processes the images into video literally on the fly. It's a big technological achievement and a huge creative achievement as well, because now producing a professional quality aerial hyperlapse is as easy as just one tap. At the core of our intelligent features like hyperlapse and quick shots is our active track technology. Active track uses complex algorithms, machine learning, computer vision, and artificial intelligence to identify and automatically follow a subject. Unlike Mavic Pro, which could only see tracked objects in 2 dimensions, Mavic 2 uses all 3 forward-facing cameras to see what's in front of it and create a 3D map. New trajectory algorithms analyze motion and predict your subject's paths up to 3 seconds in the future, so your subject stays in the frame even if it momentarily goes behind an object like a tree. Now, Active Track can track subject moving as fast as the drone can fly, making this car chase possible to film entirely using Active Track. Like Mavic Pro, it's almost the same size as a water bottle, letting you slip it in your backpack or camera bag to take it anywhere. Its redesigned, more aerodynamic airframe reduces body drag by up to 19% compared to Mavic Pro. The propellers have a raked wingtip design that improves efficiency and reduces noise, and we've added more powerful motors. These innovations deliver a record-breaking flight time of up to 31 minutes. This means you can also fly at speeds of up to 44 miles an hour, helping you push through a strong headwind or keep up with a fast-moving action scene. Mavic 2 gives you the highest quality live view of any DJI drone. To do it, we created a brand new transmission system called OcuSync 2.0. It switches automatically between 2.4 and 5.8 gigahertz frequencies to give you better interference resistance. The live view image displays at full 1080p resolution at distances of up to 5 miles. But it's not really about the distance. The stronger system means that the drone can maintain a strong link even when its environment is jammed by Wi-Fi and other electronic devices. And just like Mavic Air, the days of forgetting to put your SD card in the drone, or worse, leaving it at home, are a thing of the past. Mavic 2 has 8 gigabytes of onboard storage with additional capacity using a removable SD card. But the performance improvements of Mavic 2 don't stop there. It's also our smartest and safest drone yet. Its flight autonomy system has the most cameras and sensors we've ever created and built into a drone. Mavic 2 has stereo vision obstacle sensing in the front, bottom, and back, and a time of flight sensor on the top will help it from ascending into an object above. While using Active Track, a pair of brand new side obstacle avoidance sensors are engaged, increasing the drone's ability to sense its environment in more directions. These side obstacle sensors are also engaged in tripod mode. Together, the 10 sensors on Mavic 2 feed its flight autonomy system an unprecedented level of data that's processed in real time to better sense the environment around it. And at the end of your flight, when it comes time to land, our vision positioning system now includes a downward-facing LED light that turns on automatically to illuminate the landing area. This ensures high-precision landings, even in low-light situations like at sunset. Simply put, The Mavic 2 series with its Pro and Zoom editions are the best aerial imaging products we've ever created in the consumer drone category. Now, to tell you more about his real-world experience using it, I'd like to invite up one of the world's most renowned adventure photographers and videographers. Please join me in welcoming Jimmy Chin to the stage. Jimmy?
Good job. Hi, good morning. Thank you, Michael. It is a great pleasure and honor to be here. I was one of the few very lucky people to get to field test this piece of equipment. I was so blown away by what we got out of this drone, and here is going to be a little piece that we shot while we were in Greenland. I was once told that there's two great risks in life: risking too much and risking too little. In the game of ski mountaineering, you're kind of always trying to find that edge. When you're starting to push yourself, you start to get into higher risk terrain, higher consequences. You have to be able to make good decisions in the mountains, and there's a ton of variables. Different weather patterns, rain, snow, avalanche conditions, looking at the objectives, understanding your abilities. You're all amped up after skiing a big line and don't want to sleep. Before you know it, it's like 1 in the morning and you're still totally wired. I'm Jimmy Chin, and I'm a photographer, filmmaker. The greatest thing about the skiing and the climbing and the photography and the filmmaking is that they've been incredible vehicles to drive my exploration of the world. They give reason, they give purpose to what I do.
I'm so excited about the Mavic 2 series. As Jimmy showed us, these new drones are going to empower you to capture creative perspectives in entirely new ways. And they come with some great accessories to help make your flying experience even better. I'm happy to tell you that we've unbundled what was previously known as the Fly More combo. Now, at any time, you can decide to buy the Fly More kit. It includes 2 additional batteries, a multi-battery charging hub, a car charger, extra propellers, and a travel bag to hold it all. And in the coming months, our customer service team will introduce a gimbal and camera replacement service so that you can switch the camera on the drone without having to buy an entirely new one. And for the first time, we're introducing DJI Trade Up, a technology trade-in program that lets you exchange used DJI gear and other electronics to receive credit in the DJI online store toward a new purchase. This program is available in the United States and China, and it's the perfect incentive for current DJI users to upgrade your gear. Both of these products and their accessories will be available on DJI.com and from authorized DJI resellers around the world. Mavic 2 Zoom will retail for $1,249. Mavic 2 Pro for $1,449. I'm excited to tell you that you won't have to wait long to get your Mavic 2, because we've used this extra time to make it available now. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you again for joining us. We're going to end by showing a short video. All of the footage was shot on Mavic 2, and it's absolutely breathtaking. Thank you again for coming, and have a great day.
We cast these images into the cosmos. If another intelligent civilization intercepts this and understands us, here is our message. This is a present from a small, distant world. A world painted with majestic waters, large forests, and indescribable landforms. A world possessing an existential wealth beyond comprehension, rich with the gift of life. Floating amidst the cosmic void, this pale blue dot is but a canvas to our imagination. In a quest for understanding, we reach beyond our capabilities. We explore, we build, we find that which cannot be and make it so. Centuries pass, our science, culture, and art evolve, our very existence elevated from the ashes of ambition. And this is where we are. As empires rise and fall, we are attempting to survive our time so we may live into yours. On this endless road, we take a moment to reflect, sharing with you a celebration of our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe. A lens into our vision for the future.
That is the end of the live event.
Okay, that was a pretty abrupt ending. So let's talk about it. What did we see actually?
Well, one thing we didn't see is we didn't see a removable gimbal, which I'm a little bummed about.
Yeah.
From those first leaks we saw, I guess that was just the camera taken out of the drone, not actually something a user can do. Let's see what everybody says. What everyone think.
I put up the pictures there. It's better than this.
Yes.
So what do you guys think about this new one? Which one to go for?
I can't believe that trade-in deal. He said he already went on their website and put it up, and they offered him $296 for his Mavic Pro. That's it.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. That's an insult. Yeah, Bill says their trade-in value is a joke. I agree 100%. Even at $300, that's pretty much a joke. You know, $400 maybe.
Yeah, okay, to comment to Lillebror Jensen, he says that the sound was, he's writing in Danish, he says that it was that the playback was so bad when they landed. He wanted to hear the audio from the drone, but there will be a replay on the DJI website of this full stream, so you will be able to hear it there. So, I don't know if it came through while we were watching, but you can actually order this if you are from Denmark. You can order this through the Danish DJI store, Droner.dk. And let me just pull it up here. See, okay, I need to switch to this one. I could have prepared that a little bit better, I think. Like that. And then I just need to refresh the page. And Droner.dk, that's a really good store. They've been very kind to me in the past and helping me with my drones. And they're very early getting these products. So if you're from Denmark and in this area, then definitely go into the Droner.dk and pre-order your Mavic 2.
One thing that they didn't really comment on was the controller. The controller looked to me like it was the exact same controller, no upgrades.
Yeah, there's also not been any leaked pictures of the controller so far. So.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that they didn't put more buttons on it, change the screen, make the screen have more of an LED type screen, sort of like the Evo does. That was a little surprising to me.
But it would be interesting to see some real footage from this Pro 2, from this the Hasselblad, David Hasselblad camera. It would be called that forever.
What was it? When the Pro came out originally, everyone had a nickname for it. I can't remember what everyone was calling their drone, but everybody called it the same thing. Now everyone's going to call this one David.
They have a ton of experience, these Hasselblad guys, so I think it's a real asset for DJI to have purchased them. I think we will see some really nice processing.
So I love the comment that Locky Live just put that the controller has built-in hand warmers. Wouldn't that be great? Right, that would be amazing.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be bad actually. You know that. For sure, flying in the mountains when it's cold, it's not very fun.
It's definitely, I do like that they said something, I missed part of it. I was having a little bit of double audio during that part, but he was talking about it being more usable, I guess, in cold conditions compared to the regular Mavic Pro. And that's a huge plus for me.
Yeah, you know, the problem is that when you get into cold conditions, the drone will not take off, basically. So maybe they have added some heating. I don't know.
Tony and Nick, they say they wonder if they're going to do some software updates for the first generation. I personally, I think they're going to somewhat desert the first generation myself. I think they're going to be focusing mostly on this. If they do, they might finally give the first generation Asteroid with the Go4 app and things like that. That would be great. I don't see why they don't do that.
No mention of being waterproof. No, I don't think it's waterproof at all. Not more than what they used to be, the old one.
Have you seen the video of the guy who took the Mavic Pro and threw water at it, and buckets of water as well as a hose, and it kept flying, and he flew it in the rain?
I've seen somebody do some really awful things to the Mavic Air, but never the Pro. I've flown in foggy conditions where it was all wet when it came down the Mavic Pro, and there was no issues there, but still it's a high risk to take. There's no doubt about that.
Bob makes a great comment there about some kind of way to turn off the low battery warning, that it starts beeping whenever you're trying to get it back to yourself.
Yeah.
That's very annoying. I've tried different button combinations myself to try to get that to stop, and I've not figured out a way to do it yet.
There's one way. You can just pinch the controls to the center.
You just make it fall out of the sky.
That would definitely stop that.
Yes, it would. Do you think you wouldn't need any filters with the Hasselblad, like ND filters?
Let me add to that, because I'm a frequent user of filters. So I would say having a variable aperture, you most likely don't need them. So I actually don't disagree with you there, because if the purpose of this is to reduce the amount of light to slow down the shutter, then you can just close the aperture now because you have a mechanical aperture. I don't know if f11 is enough for bright sunlight. So if you're in really, really bright daylight, maybe you need additional filters to stop it down. So you can sort of apply with the 180-degree rule. That is twice the frame rate, where the shutter speed is twice the frame rate. But in most situations, you would easily get by just closing the aperture to slow that shutter down. So that's, for me, that is absolutely crucial.
I agree, and that's going to come in really handy for me, someone who doesn't like having to stop to put filters on.
Yes, so Matt. I just want to say to Matt Preston, that yes, it has a mechanical variable aperture. It goes from f2.8 to f11.
Now, for still photos, if you're looking to get, say, capture a waterfall in the middle of the day,
that's a different story.
That blur,
yes,
you're still going to need dark filters for that.
Sure. But that's a different story for that. Yeah, that's true.
It's nice to see everyone here. We got 103 people, and honestly, we've learned from this event. In my opinion, Henrik, if we do something like this live, it might be better to just have the event play or have people come after the event's over. Because on my end, it was really difficult to watch the event, check the chat room, and I sort of had this double audio going on, which is why I now have headphones on.
Yeah, I had the same issue.
So for those of you who bared with us, this is a learning experience for us. We're hoping to get better at this, and I'm trying to learn this software myself, and Henrik's going to come over to my channel, and we're going to be going back and forth and hopefully doing stuff like this on a little more regular basis, and you guys could join us.
Do you know we actually got the name wrong? With all the rumor videos that we did, we got the Mavic Pro, Mavic 2 Pro name wrong.
Yeah, they were like, let's pull a fast one over everybody. We'll just switch 2 and Pro around. Poof, it's new.
Yeah, new content.
Thanks so much for everyone who's making the comments that they're enjoying the commentary after the video. And again, I apologize. I know Henrik, it's a learning curve for what was going on during the live stream. There was really no way for us to test this out because it was putting someone else's live stream into our live stream, which was a little difficult, but we're super glad to see so many people here right now.
I have a question for you, Sean. You have been playing around with some merch for your channel. I know you make tattoos, so you're a pretty good artist. And we just corrected the shirt. So, but you have done some original art that you put on some t-shirts, some drone t-shirts.
Yes, I've been, I've got a store for the merchandise. This is for the Tattoo Studio Summit Ink Tattoo. I'm up here in Silverthorne, Colorado, and I'm also building a store for the YouTube channel with drone-related merch, original drawings, original pieces of art, skull and crossbones, which you'll see on pirate flags and things like that. So instead of the bones, I used the props actually from a Mavic Pro and redrew those with sort of a cosmic outer space kind of thing going around it. So you should definitely look into this, Henrik, and get some Tech Drone Media t-shirts of your own.
Yeah, at some point I will, but I might get one of yours because they're pretty badass.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Somebody asked, where will this lead to Evo? Well, I just got an Evo, and I've been doing reviews and doing some comparisons. It's a nice, solid product. I don't think the Evo was ever really a huge competition for DJI. I think it's okay for there to be more than one company, and they sell what they sell, and they're doing what they do. Some people are going to buy the Evo just because they like it orange.
You're one of the few guys that actually have access to both the Evo, the Mavic Pro, and the Mavic Air. So you have been doing some comparison videos with that.
I have, and I have a list of others to do. It's just time is so limited with owning the studio. I'm making as much time as I can. I wish I could go full time and just make video. But it's just so hard to do when you have another business.
This is the store. And I will make sure to leave a link in the description below if you want to check out some of this merch and support Sean's channel. I think those t-shirts look pretty awesome, actually. And there's hoodies and all sorts of stuff here. So
thank you. Here in the mountains, it's already starting to get colder. Believe it or not, at night it's in the 40s. During the day, it's beautiful out. It's absolutely stunning. But at night, it's already starting to get cold. I wouldn't be surprised if we have snow sometime next month.
It's actually a very short season you have.
It is. Around March it starts getting nice, but there's still snow everywhere. But by June and July are just, if I could create weather, June and July here would be like all the time. It's just gorgeous. So I'm curious how many people in the chat actually are trying to build up and get a YouTube channel with a following themselves. Are most of you guys just people that get on YouTube and view other content, or are some of you building up your own? Or do you do like I used to do, where I just use YouTube sort of as a dumping ground to post videos for myself with drone footage and things like that? Yeah, Keith has started a channel. That's nice. It's a pretty cool thing. It's definitely a slow pace for most of us to build a channel. A few people get pretty lucky. I've known a few people to get 1 million subscribers like within 6 months to a year, and
that's not a lot of people.
It's not a normal thing. That doesn't happen for most of us, so don't get discouraged. I can tell you one bit of advice about YouTube is quantity actually counts more than quality, which is, I know that sounds horrible because my entire life, everything's about quality. But YouTube rewards the more you post. And by doing a bunch of quantity, you will get better with your quality. So it's sort of a double-edged sword, and but that's the bit of advice I can give you.
It's a big learning curve.
It definitely is.
And the first 100 subscribers, they are the hardest. Ooh, Ifundo has a review as well.
Ooh,
that would be the first one.
He's one of my favorites.
That would be the first one to see.
He's great. I would be very happy to do a collaboration with him one day.
Yeah, that could be fun. He's such a good guy.
He's very funny. He's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, yes. And he also lives in a nice place.
So have you ordered yourself one yet, Henrik?
Yeah, I actually have.
Oh, did you? You didn't mention that. Yeah.
No.
You ordered, I assume, the Pro?
No, but because I had to be in the live stream, I had to make an agreement with someone.
If you are in the States and you don't want to order through DJI.com, there's a company, droneworks.com, and those guys have been treating a lot of my subscribers really nicely lately, and they're in the States here, and they ship out of New York themselves. I think he was actually at the event, so I'm waiting to hear from him now. But hopefully I'll be getting something myself, and they were kind enough to send me an Autel Evo to do reviews with, and I'm hoping that they're going to do the same with the Mavic Pro too. So fingers crossed, everyone, that we'll have something, both of us will have something to be able to do reviews and comparisons soon.
Rasmus is asking which online store in Sweden is the best to buy the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that Droner DK ships to Sweden as well, so you might check them out. I don't know where people buy their DJI products in Sweden, actually.
Prior to drones, I did RC airplanes, gas nitro planes, RC cars, all that stuff. And we were trying to do FPV and stuff on planes years ago before drones came out. But there's really, the only difference is that drones were easier to fly. So I think they grew in popularity. And of course, now they've become what they are. 4 years ago, when I got my first drone, well, I was very against calling them drones. I was the guy that was like, they're not drones, call them something else.
Yeah.
They've grown incredibly in the last 4 years. And Lucky Live is saying maybe we should get together and do another live stream in a week or so after a lot of the reviews have come out, and we can talk more about it then and get everyone to come together.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Then we can put it on your channel.
If the people that are still here watching, if you guys are interested in us continuing to do chats like this, and maybe we can actually, you know what would be really cool is to do something like this and then have like a third guest, like one of our subscribers come in for part of the show. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We got Peter saying they think we should do more live streams. I know earlier they were saying that they think our commentary worked well, so that's nice feedback. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, because it's so difficult, because you also know that when we do our own videos, we sort of decide what goes out and what doesn't go out. The live streams, they are so difficult to predict how it goes. And when you run into problems, then it's not so easy to bail out. You can just not just do a jump cut like we do in the videos and cut away the bad part. So if you guys like it, of course we'll be more than happy to do more of those. It's definitely more fun when you have somebody at your side doing it. It can be a little frustrating to do it yourself. That's for sure.
I definitely agree. It's hard unless you have a large chat group to sit there and talk to yourself with nobody else to communicate back and forth with. It's a little weird. It's hard enough making a video talking to the camera, pretending like there's people in the other side of the camera, let alone doing a live feed. I do want to personally try on my channel. I hope to do more tutorials and things, not just for drones, but I really want to start showing people some of the way that I edit stuff. I try my best when I have time to make edits that are a little bit more artsy with the way they're cut. And I thought it might be sort of cool to share that with people if they're interested.
Yeah, and you should definitely do that, because you have a great editing style. That's sort of what brought us together in the first place. I was starting watching your content, so...
I think we both come a long way. Looking at that video you showed me from about a year ago, and looking at one I did about a year ago when I hit 1,000 subscribers and you hit 1,000 subscribers, our videos are completely different now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of, I don't know, I lost my memory every time I hit record.
Yeah, and here's an interesting thing. We were talking about this prior to going live, is how you used to script all your videos, and how I used to not script any of my videos, and then we've both sort of come in the middle, and now you script yours less and I script mine a little more.
I basically ending up just doing bullets, and then I keep recording until I'm happy, until I think it sounds like I want it to be. And then I make sure to make a little pause in between, and then I know when I edit it afterwards, I know it's the last clip that I need to use.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I'll have the camera just rolling.
Yeah.
And I'll say the same thing 3 or 4 times. Yeah. And then go back and choose which one was said the most comfortable, the one that felt like I was talking to a real person instead of static to a camera.
Yeah. That's a pro tip from 2 YouTubers that have been doing this for a long time. That's the fastest way to do a edit.
Follow a script. It's really hard not to, in my opinion, it's really hard not to sound like you're reading from a script.
Exactly.
I'll have a lot of jump cuts in mine, and I like to cut out the uhs. I get rid of, like, in normal speech, when you're speaking, we'll go, and I try to cut all those out.
Yeah. Then you need to get rid of those. They're not good.
Yes.
But you can't do that on live stream, and that's what makes all the difference. There was a question related to the Autel Evo, and I think you will be the right one to answer that, because I never had one in the hand.
What was the question?
I think it was the Autel Evo that can zoom in.
You know, I just got the app for the Autel Evo. They sort of dropped the ball on getting the Apple version or the iOS version of the app out, and I haven't explored with it much, but I do hear that you can do digital zoom, I think 6 to 8 times, if I'm not mistaken. I'm now going to be doing some, now that all this has been announced, I'll be doing more videos with the Autel Evo and exploring that app a little bit more, so I will check that out, and I'm pretty sure you can do up to 8 times zoom digital.
I actually still like my Air. I don't think I will get rid of it, actually.
I can't blame you. I'm very surprised at how much I choose my Air first when I leave. I need one more battery.
That's my biggest hassle with this drone, is that it's starting to become the biggest hassle, is the flight time.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know about you, but I get 10 to 13 minutes. I need to bring it back in for a landing. So I was looking at the Mavic, the DJI website, right? And there's, under the Mavic Pro, or Mavic 2 Pro, there's a picture of the controller. You can zoom in. And Keith had mentioned there was a different button. So on the side here, you'll notice, and if you look at that picture on their website, there's only 1 and 2 settings for sports mode.
Yeah.
On the new one, there's 3 settings.
Ooh,
so
I know what that is.
They didn't mention what it was in the video.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I hope I know what it is. I
What do you
hope
think
it's
it is?
they bring back the ATI mode.
Oh, that would be great.
You had that on
Why
the
would they
Phantoms.
mention that?
Because that's the big problem with the current Mavics, is that when you lose GPS, it turns into ATI mode, and people normally crash because they don't know how to fly in ATI mode. I really hope it's that.
That would be great.
And for people that don't know ATI mode, it does not hold on to the position with the GPS, but it does hold the altitude. So you can keep the altitude, so it's not falling out of the sky like a racing drone would, but it's not being held into position. So if you fly towards trees, it will drift towards those trees. And that's why many are panicking when they experience ATI mode for the first time, because they have no prior experience to flying it. Okay, Nathan Lucky Live says that T is for tripod mode. Is that confirmed, or?
One thing I do notice, okay, so let me show you. I did notice this in the picture. If you're on the website, take a look at, this is the current Pro controller, and notice the stick. I don't know if you can see in the light there. So you see there's a couple of lines around the stick. It's not a removable joystick. Okay, but if you look at the Air, it looks like the new one. See the silver around it? Well, that unscrews. So if you look at the pictures of the joystick, they look very similar, but they didn't announce that they were unscrewable, but I bet you anything they are. I'd be really surprised if they did.
I think we will round it off here. I really do want to watch some of these hands-on reviews and see what's going on.
Me too. And everyone who joined us and stayed this long, I know there's only a few of you left, but thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
It was really funny to do this, and we will consider doing it again. Maybe do a catch-up later in a week or 2. So thank you, everyone, and let's roll that outro.
Thank you very much, Henrik. And remember, go watch that video there. And when you're done with that one, watch that video over there. See you later, everyone.